Boom, baby. And just like that, let the mic drop. It's another episode of Unworthy AF. And let me take a second here to introduce you to the host of the show. He is the 1997 world champion of extreme lawn mowing, Mr. Toy Addict 17.
I, I really like that. Wow. And my co-host, ladies and gentlemen, hey, welcome everybody. And let me introduce you guys, my co-host, the reason why the Rose toy went straight to clearance. Ladies and gentlemen, Unworthy Collector. Yay.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here as always on a fine Thursday night.
Cheers to you, buddy. And cheers to everyone
to you.
tuning in.
Yes. So, Danny,
Wow.
may I call you Danny?
You may call me Danny.
How the hell are you doing today?
I'm doing beautiful. I'm doing really good. I've had a rough couple of days, but you can't keep the good guy down. So, you know what I'm saying?
Sure
I'm happy to be on. And Mr. Horror's here, baby. And I'm here to party. I'm having a good time. How are you doing?
I couldn't complain. Did find out my son's a sleepwalker. Maybe we'll save that for another episode. But other than that, I've had a pretty good day. Pretty good week in toy hunting and picking up some shit this week. So, I can't complain. And it's a Thursday. I got my White Claws. I'm hanging out with my buddies. What could I complain about?
Nothing, because this is like the best part of the day for us, especially on a Thursday, right? When you think of Thursdays, right, you think of like, well, it's close to the end of the week. But nobody thinks like that anymore. Everybody thinks of it's a worthy addiction day. That's what it is. It's fucking a worthy addiction today. Me and my boy Unworthy shooting the shit, having a good time. We got a great guest tonight.
Yes,
right?
We do.
We got a great guest tonight. We can't wait to get to see him and get to know him a little better and get to know the things that he likes and just, shoot the shit and just have a good time. I'm excited to be here. So
yeah. We got a great giveaway to do again tonight. I got a little bit of the business this week from Marjorie, your bingo buddy. She's gonna kick your ass, I guess. I don't know what bingo night is, but you might better stay away this week.
I might. I've gotten a couple of phone calls from her. If anybody don't know who we're talking about Marjorie, my friend Marjorie. I introduced you guys to in the first episode, and yeah, she's been a bit feisty lately. She's been on like some of the, giving me calls, harassing me at work, and just I don't know what it is. Unworthy. I think it's you. I think she's jealous. Yeah.
It could be. It could be me. I've been told a few times that I have a very punchable face. So it could be, it could be me that's making you and Marjorie fall out.
I remember her leaving in one of the messages. I think she had said that she was really upset how much I was complimenting, how I asked to screenshot or keep or asked you to send me the photo of you in the pool. Like that kind of like got her really upset.
I told you that picture. It gets me in a lot of trouble. It gets people who save it. It gets them in a lot of trouble too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a beautiful photo. I mean, who wouldn't want that pool white chocolate photo on their wall, right? Come on now, like who wouldn't want that? So, what's the chat like? Let's say what's up to the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's see who joined us today.
See what's going on.
Brave souls. These brave souls here. All right, so right now, first we got Mr. Bill himself. I hope I win that date with Marjorie. Listen, she's not an easy cookie, buddy.
That might be more than you bargained for, sir.
Yes, sir. We got the Legends Collector 1321. What's up, buddy? He says, "What's up, boys? Watching from way up in the sky on the way to GA. It is a pleasure to meet Toy Addict 17 and Chubbsy's grand open. Dude, it was a pleasure to meet you, dude. Thank you for tuning in, dude. That's awesome. We got my man Lone Wolf in the house.
Lone Wolf
in the house. If anybody don't know Lone Wolf, please go hit up his page. He is a phenomenal dial maker and, more importantly, a phenomenal guy. Mr. Still Your Girl, Lone Wolf. Hi, we got Mr. Green Geek 88. What's up, buddy? Mr. Tony Toy Box. What's up, homie?
Toy Box.
All right. Bill says she wants gooey.
Who does?
Marjorie
she loves them gooey gobblers.
She loves them.
I have heard that.
We got Mr. Sequential Plastic. Zach in the house. Zach in the house. And Lone Wolf, as always, brother, as always, much appreciated. So, we cannot forget our boy No Chewing is in the
And
house.
No Chewing in the house. I was talking to No Chewing today, and I said, we got to get the Toy Daddies on here. We got to make a scheduled appearance and get all them on. But I got to have my favorite photographer, one of my favorite photographers on first, which would be No Chewing.
No Chewing.
We got to get him in for a solo episode.
I could see why he's your favorite one. I could see that.
Well,
we can't forget our buddy.
Yeah.
Our homie Fantastic in the house.
Here we go. And he said he knows it's right. Here we go again.
And then we got Mr. Raven's Eye Studio in the building. What's up, homie? How you doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh man, this is beautiful. You guys are, you guys could be doing something so much better, but you decided to come join us. And
well, I mean, what all could they be doing this better? Who better than us?
Nothing.
Who better than us? And who better than our guests? And
right?
I was just talking about my favorite photographers. And that's why we have this guest tonight, is because he is not only one of my favorite photographers, but one of the best, most supportive people in this whole community. Although you might not want to be calling him a people or a human, because it is the one, the only, the Unhuman. Let's bring him in to say hello.
Woo!
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, boy. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Doing well,
we are doing great. We're glad to have you.
Oh, thank you for asking, man. I'm amazed when anyone asks me to do anything. So thank you both.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a short list going of who we wanted to have on, and we both simultaneously agreed that it had to be you first.
Some shout outs here.
Get some shout outs here. Thank you, everyone, for coming out and checking it out.
Yes, sir.
It's awesome. An honor to be even asked. It's very cool. Appreciate it.
Yes, so Unhuman. What's up, dude? Like we talk to you on the chat. We chop it up with you here and there. You do phenomenal toy photography. What's been going on with you, man? What's new? What you got going on lately?
Man, life keeps trucking, right? I mean, you roll with it. I'm starting a new job, so I've been busy lately. That's why I haven't been around as much. Just training alone has been absolutely intense. But it's great. I'm excited. It's gonna take over the industry here, so I'm happy about that. That's awesome. Otherwise, just the usual stuff: taking care of the wife, taking care of the dog, making sure that they take care of me.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm hoping that they are following through and taking care of you, because you're a precious guest on this planet here as an Unhuman. So we need you to be sticking around.
What's going on, everybody? Ooh, the music notes. I like that. Very cool.
So we know you in the community. We've chopped it up with you a couple of times, and from what we see, you do great toy photography, mainly a lot of McFarlane's. You do a lot of great McFarlane shots. I definitely commend you for those. You really make those photos look beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the posing, the setups are great. So just to kind of I'm not going to always assume everyone in the chat knows you. I mean, I know we know you. We've spoken to you. I'm not going to assume everybody does. So what we're going to start doing on the show when we get a guest is we're going to allow them to tell us a little bit about yourself. So you're basically reintroducing yourself to the toy community. You're introducing yourself on the A-Worthy Addiction. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what you're into, what got you into toy photography, what else you do, not just toy photography. We want to hear about all the things that you love to do, because again, A-Worthy Addiction is the home for not just one hobby, all hobbies. That should be a slang. Do you like that, Worthy? Did you like that?
I do like that, and
right?
I do want to shout out Tony Toybox for breaking it down with his button collection. But I also, aside from the toys and all that, I would love to hear what our good friend Unhuman, what other things he's interested in, what other hobbies and collections he might have.
I mean, I've collected things for as long as I can remember. It's always mostly been focused around music. The action figures thing, I did that when I was a kid. Obviously, I tried my best, but I was a kid. And then I got out of it for like 15 years at least. and then only like 4 years ago or so, I got back into the collecting toys again. And yeah, and it's just sort of snowballed from that. With the photography, it was just a matter of, I mean, the whole thing with social media. I'm not into the social part of it. I'm just into it for the media. I don't really talk to people much or anything. I appreciate those who do talk to me, thank you, but I'm just too socially awkward, so I don't I don't bother trying. So I just got into it just to display the photos because I was sending my friends the photos and they would just get sick of it. They'd be like, start an account, do something, right? Because I wasn't on Facebook or any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I said, it just sort of spiraled. Like, and other than that, like I said, music has been a driving force in my entire existence. I think that's the other half of my plastic collection, all the vinyl and CDs that I've got. So I mean, yeah, I collect a little. I wouldn't want to call myself a hoarder.
Well, nobody wants to call themselves.
Yeah, it's true, but I mean, yeah, if you look at that mess behind me, I'm hoardish.
It looks like you got a pretty good setup there and a pretty good collection going of a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Chaos, like I like to call it.
Yes,
I like to call myself more of a whore than a hoardish. So
Yeah.
yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that's my business. But other than that, dude, like you talked about music.
Yeah.
And just to kind of like piggyback a little bit of what the real Bill, what type of music did you grow up in? Like what type of music were you listening to growing up?
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty obsessed with music. I could talk for hours about that alone. I started at a very young age. I was singing along to the radio for as long as I could remember. Every song I heard, I'd learn in like a minute. I've always had an ear for music, so I can kind of play anything that I'm thrown, any instrument to throw at me. I'll pick a tune out in like 10 minutes. And yeah, so it started out when I was 9 years old. One of my older brother's friends, he got me for Christmas Out of Time by REM. Incredible album. Because I was really into that one single, Losing My Religion. And it's just went from there, sort of an alt rock kind of journey. A lot of like, and then it sort of got heavier and heavier. And I mean, I still listen to like everything. I'll listen to jazz. I'll listen to polka if it's good enough. Anything. With music, I take in everything and I filter out the crap. That's how you have to be in life. You take in everything and you filter out the crap. So that's and so like anything you talk, any kind of music, I could probably mention a band or two at least. Like any genre you think of. And yeah, so I have a lot of vinyl, a lot of CDs, cluttering up the place, and figures hanging out on top of them now.
So, one of my questions is, how often? Now, I've been collecting vinyls myself. I actually go on the website. Like, I don't go to like the FYEs or anything. Like, I order through Waxwork Records. If you guys don't know Waxwork Records, they're awesome. They sell a lot of like music soundtracks and mainly horror ones. I'm a big horror fan, as everybody knows. So what is the vinyl? What are the certain types of vinyls you're looking for? What are you looking for? Like,
I mean,
the really hard to find ones, and if so, which one?
I'm not that kind of collector when it comes to vinyl. I just want whatever. I'm. It's all about the music for me. If the album on that vinyl is good, then I want that vinyl. But that said, I don't have to get every album or every thing that I'm listening to on vinyl necessarily. I'll get the bands that I follow hardest, and I'll get like everything that they release. I'll follow their label, and I'll have the pre-order in for the limited edition copy of whatever. But it's not like it's that many bands particularly, really. So, like lately, especially because music is garbage now. But I mean, that's the whole other topic.
Wait a minute. You don't like that dude that sings that song? It's not the way that it was. You don't like that dude?
Wait. I need you to
sing that song, but it doesn't sound like something I'd be into. Sorry.
Unworthy has a beautiful. Unworthy, hit that note again. I really like that.
It's not the same as it was.
Man.
Encore.
No, I'm not into Teletubbies. I'm only into boobs.
Yeah.
So with the music, right? Like, now you love music, you do toy photography, you're a collector. Now, this is a question that maybe a lot of folks would never ask you. When you're taking a photo of a toy or whatever, right? Or you're setting up a shot, are you listening to music?
Yeah, I do. I don't always. A lot of times I just have TV on or like a movie, like
Okay.
based on the characters that I'm shooting kind of thing, sort of further the inspiration, if anything. But I will throw on some music here and there. Usually when I'm doing it, my wife is in bed. That's the problem, right? So it's not like I can,
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
especially with some of the bands that I like to listen to. It's very caustic, some of it. So
Hard to sleep through.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I could do it, but she can't. I mean, my alarm actually when I wake up in the morning is a song by Dillinger Escape Plan from 2001
Mm.
with Mike Patton. And that's what I wake up to every morning. And it's not the heaviest part of that song necessarily, but it kicks me into the day. And she has to hear
Mm.
that every morning, and that's probably bad enough. So, but yeah,
That's
no, like
nice.
I'll throw on some Meshuggah, some Dillinger, some Deerhoof if I want to do something a little funnier or kooky or whatever, whatever I'm feeling that in the moment.
Yeah, Deerhoof is the one who you got me on to.
Ah, Deer,
I've downloaded a few of their songs after
nice.
you mentioned them to me, and I dig it, man.
Yeah, they've been around for a long, long time. Like if you want to get really heavily into them, that's like 19 albums of digging, but it is
Mm.
worth every single song. They are such a great band.
Yeah, I love the juxtaposition with the band. It reminds me, and I know I think I mentioned this to you before. It kind of reminds me of like July Talk, where it's the
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
deep, heavy rasp, but
Hmm.
then or the heavier music with
Mhm.
the softer
Yeah.
female vocals
I
on
mean,
it. And it's
they're a
something about
90s,
that I dig.
yeah, they're a 90s band, so they have that 90s sound, right? Where it's soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. That's signature 90s rock music, right?
Mm.
You look at the Smashing Pumpkins, you look at your Nirvanas. That's how all the songs track, and they're doing this a similar thing there. The juxtaposition with the vocals, where it's the woman's voice against that rough sound, that's what makes Deerhoof and what makes July Talk interesting to me
Mhm.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. And then the gruff vocals on July Talk is really really cool to listen to, like the blend of that, how they meld it with the melodies that they sing.
Mhm.
Very very cool. And yeah, Deerhoof, it's a lot more um, cacophonous, a little more chaotic, but that's the draw for me. I like
Mhm.
maybe my photos kind of sort of portray it. I've always tried to find the beauty in the most horrifying things, the most disturbing and disgusting things. That's for some reason that's always appealed to me. So, so I try to portray that in everything that I do.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
that's a really
Mhm.
good comparison there with the beauty and ugly things, because the same with with July Talk. Most people consider Peter Germanis's voice to be
Yeah,
raspy and
yeah,
grating and just terrible, but his music is just there's something about it that you can't stop
hmm,
listening to it once he's
hmm,
on.
yeah. They're pretty groovy. We saw them live actually back in December, a show here, and yeah, they were pretty decent live too. Actually, not a bad show.
Yeah.
See, I remember growing up. I remember growing up. Listen, I mean, I'm a big music lover. I love all types of music. But if I could remember a type of, and this was rock. If I could remember a band that really captured my imagination growing up, it was always Kiss. I'm still a Kiss
Oh
fan.
yeah, I saw
I'm
Kiss
part of the Kiss.
18, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got to see Kiss when they came to the New Haven Coliseum. That was their reunion tour when
Okay.
they got back. When the original members got back. So it
Hmm.
was the Peter and Ace and Gene and Paul. They all got together. So I was always a big Kiss fan, and yeah, I mean, I didn't understand what when I was younger. I didn't understand what "let's put the X in sex" meant. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
of
what that
course.
meant. I didn't know "lick it up." Like I would
Yeah,
sing these fucking songs in school, and like people would be like, "Dude, like what the hell are you talking about?" Like, so
yeah.
like you imagine like going to your teacher and it's like, "Hey, let me put the X in sex."
Mhm, yeah.
So
Yeah, I know,
you
growing
know,
up, Kiss was always in the background, so I have always, like, sort of I've not followed them, that's for sure, but, I mean, I've always been aware, obviously, you can't really get away from them. Their songs are super catchy, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
hide them.
yeah. I mean, me and Bill. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if it's me and Bill that always have this talk during work, but we always talk about Kiss, or I forgot who it is, and then no, it's me and Dead Man Juan. If you guys don't know Dead Man Juan, go give him a follow. He's awesome. But we always talk about, and he's always like mentioning how like they had like a few great songs, and I can't remember a song that I disliked from Kiss. Like every single song I liked, and I think what I enjoyed so much about that band was that you got a bit of both worlds, right? They were like superheroes, but they were horror characters, but they were a rock band. Like you
Yeah,
didn't get that shit. I mean,
And their
besides like Alice
ballads,
Cooper. Yeah, and their ballads, like, you know, they were great. So like
Yeah,
I think I like wish like I always wished I had Gene Simmons' tongue.
yeah.
And
Don't we all,
I always
right?
wish I had
I
that,
think
but
I think there's a lot of women in the world that wish they had Gene Simmons' son too.
I think I was one of those women. So yes, Love Gun. Love Gun was a great
Yeah,
song. That solo from Ace Frehley in that song is like one of my favorite solos
nice. Yeah.
from any song. But like, I mean, other than Kiss, dude, like I used to listen to like a lot of like, you know, my dad grew up with like the Police and like
Mm.
Chicago and like
Chicago's
he used
awesome.
to
I love
he used to
Chicago.
like when my dad was like drunk, like when we were younger, he used to get like really pissy drunk. And
Mm.
he was like, I mean, we've all been there where we all get like pissy drunk and then like start feeling ourselves. He used to play
Never.
Michael.
I've never been
He used
there.
of course not, right? He used to get really pissy drunk and play Michael Bolton. He had like a greatest hits on Michael Bolton.
An interesting
So
choice.
so like the whole time in the like it'd be like we're like trying to watch TV and he's like playing "Tell me how am I supposed to live without you?" I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And like it was so funny, dude. Like those are like the fond memories. And again, I was always into like I'm into like so many types of bands, so many types of music, but like I remember growing up with the old school hip hop, but like also the hair bands like Motley Crue,
Of course, yeah.
Gun, freaking
Def Leppard. What had 7 arms and socks? Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, all these bands like all these great bands from back in the day, dude. But Kiss was like my number one band, dude. And even I own shirts, toys. Like I'm telling you, I was always a
Did you
big.
get
I was
the
supposed.
best action ones? The best action Kiss figures?
Are those the McFarlane ones?
No, they're
No.
company called
No.
that.
No. I didn't get the best action ones. No, I did. But I do own the McFarlane ones, the one he had produced that come with like
Oh, the old school ones. Yeah,
Paul comes with the Ringmaster, and then
yeah.
Peter comes with the Lion Tamer.
Nice.
Like I did buy those,
That's
and I
awesome.
still own. Believe it or not, I still own. And this is for all those who don't know Kiss or don't remember Kiss, but maybe Toy Art Unlimited may remember this. But Kiss did a movie back in the day called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
Oh, yeah.
I still own the VHS to that movie to this day.
Nice.
I still own it to this day, and that was when that was when I think that was when I was first introduced. That's why I say they were like superheroes and like they were like shooting fucking late, beams out their eyes, and Gene was spitting, fire out his mouth, and I'm like, fuck, they're like superheroes, and they fucking play and they sleep with a shit ton of women. That's what I want to grow up and be.
Yeah.
But it was awesome, man. Like awesome. So back to the music. Like, do you do any type of music? Like, are you in a band or like?
No. I used to. When I was younger, I did. Yeah, of course, I dabbled in it. I did a lot of band photography and videography when I first moved to the city. Before that, I was in a couple of bands here and there, but not a lot of not a lot of action or anything. Yeah, I mean, I was always in and around the music scene for the longest time, like up until my early 30s, I guess. And then I sort of dropped out of it when I got back into school to get into this job thing. And, life catches up with you when you hit your 30s, right? So, yeah, I mean,
now, do you play any instruments yourself?
Like I said, I can. I have an acoustic guitar here. I have like some Indian drums and an African drum. I don't have anything else here really, but I can play the drums. And like I said, pretty much anything that you throw at me, I can figure out.
What is your go-to song for the acoustic guitar, and why is it Johnny Cash Hurt? Because it seems like that is what everybody starts off with when they're learning.
I couldn't even tell you how to play that one. Go-to song for me on the acoustic guitar, Cher Brock by Smashing Pumpkins. I love that song so much. It's a fun song to play. Such a fun song to play. It's a very dynamic riff.
I have a few guitars. One's an electric guitar that both my guitars are from my father. They were my dad's before when he passed. I got them, and I don't know how to play either of them. The electric guitar, I think there's nothing left to it. It's just been kind of destroyed over the years. Okay, and I had a girlfriend that fixed up the acoustic guitar, and Johnny Cash's version of Hurt was the first one I tried to play, and I could do that. Dun, 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 and that was about all I could do. I was like, I just got too long of fingers. I got piano fingers. I don't got fingers for
If anything,
guitar.
that should help you. That should help you in the endeavor. Maybe you're meant for bass. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe less strings to worry about.
Exactly. More space around there too.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I know as well. I mean, again, we know that you dabble into music, you love music, you've tried music. Now, if and maybe you have, but like if there was like a dream meet, like a band or any musician, like who would you like to meet and why?
Meat.
Like who would be the iconic person? Like for me to start, if I could meet anyone, and it would have been Prince.
I was gonna say, if you're not Prince, then you shouldn't even be here. Yeah, that's
no, it would definitely have been Prince, and only because he was such a great musician, dude. Like every song he had was like freaking catchy. Like he was a great musician. Like he did a lot and like
unbelievably talented.
Yeah, he had like this swag and like it's crazy how back then, right? You think of the hair bands, you think of all these like and a lot of it, if you think about it, a lot of that style back then from like the 80s, a lot of the stuff it's kind of like if you think about it, it's kind of coming back now, and it's like it's got into hip hop where we got the skinny jeans. We had that time where we had the skinny leather jeans going and the chains. Like I'm guilty of that. Like I remember when the style was skinny jeans, I had bought some and I used to like hang them low, but my dad would get mad because I would like hang my pants low. He's like, "What do you want the butt huggers to get you?" So he would get so fucking mad at me. But
you still wear skinny jeans on the regular though.
I think I sag my pants on purpose now. but like yeah, who would like Prince would be that guy. Prince would be the guy that I would love to like sit down, pick his brain, and just like ask him about like what like inspired him to make music. And like
so then automatic answer aside, because like I said, that should be everyone's automatic answer, no matter what. That should be every human being, that's the first thing that should come to their mind. So aside from the automatic answer, then who's the person then? Who's the artist then? I'm asking both of you.
Repeat that question one more time.
Yeah, the show works. You can turn it around on them, everyone. If you're a guest on here, you can turn it around.
Oh, we love that. Go ahead, say that one more time. maybe the chat could answer this one. Go ahead, repeat that one.
So yeah, like I said, turn it outside of Prince. Who would be your go-to? Like have to meet Die Hard, like you said.
I gotta say, I've said this my entire adulthood. It's always been Johnny Cash. I grew up listening to that old school outlaw hip hop, country music in my grandfather's garage while we were working on cars and splitting firewood. It was always Conway Twitty, Waylon Jennings, and Johnny Cash. And Johnny Cash has always been he was the only one when I grew up listening to all that. I hated country music. Couldn't listen to any of it, but I could always listen to Johnny Cash. And then as I grew as an adult, I listened to more and more of that outlaw music again now, but it's always been Johnny Cash. My grandmother actually bought me tickets to go see Johnny Cash when it was in late 2022 late 2002, not 22.
I was gonna say.
And and
shows.
My grandma bought me tickets. It was her and I were going to go because my grandfather always hated Johnny Cash, and I think it was just because of how much my grandmother loved him. And so we were supposed to go see Johnny Cash, and then June died, so he pushed back the concert further. So then by the time that that date came up, unfortunately Johnny had passed too. So I still have the ticket stub. It's like in one of my locked boxes too. So, because I got the original one that was supposed to be before she passed, and then I got the one after she passed, the related or the rescheduled one. And I would always say Johnny Cash is always, if I could go back in time and meet any musician, or just talk to any musician and hear their life story, even though I already know it, it would have to be Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that's a pretty good choice for sure.
I would say Justin Bieber.
I grew up.
I want to meet the Beeb. I want to know what inspires him to make his beautiful music.
I literally grew up to a town and a half away from him, like almost the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't be able to live in that neighborhood. I'd probably be not trying to be his friend.
Was he
hang out
the
with
little
the
kid
D.
you used to push around on the bus?
Oh no, I'm nowhere near his age. I don't know him or anything. I've got I probably got a decade on you guys even. So I'm way older than that. But I know he grew up I think like an hour away from where my parents live. About 2 hours
No
away
shit.
from here. So
No, in all seriousness, I think the person after Prince, and if it wasn't Prince, it would definitely be Freddie Mercury. I would love to meet Freddie Mercury.
oh yeah, that's a very good choice.
Freddie Mercury would definitely be one of them. And speaking of Freddie Mercury, I am super stoked for that figure NECA has coming out. I cannot wait till that figure comes out because I have so many great ideas. I wish I owned the what was it? The SH Figure Arts, the SH figure that had came out. That thing was pretty dope. So yeah, Freddie Mercury. Honestly, the whole band, the whole Queen band. I would love to meet all of them. I really enjoyed the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. I really enjoyed the movie. And like I said, he was another one. He was another phenomenal artist that, was taken away too soon. And, he's just, I mean, again, all these band guys, they've had their problems and stuff. Like I always said too, like I would love to party with Motley Crue, but like that would be like a really stupid idea, right?
You'd be guaranteed to bring something home with you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, the dog came in, so I'm just.
That's fine. We allow all are welcome on the show.
My wife is doing
bring your dog over here. What's your dog's name?
This is my
tell
dog.
Him he's a good boy.
This is Mojo. She's a sweetheart.
Mojo, you're a good girl.
Say hi to Mojo.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Look at her little face.
Oh, Mojo.
Look at this little face.
Mojo, we share a name, Mojo. We share a name.
Named after the monkey from The Simpsons, of course.
Yeah.
So you're not only a music lover and a toy photography lover and a toy collector and collector of all other things, and you love all of that. One of the things I did want to ask you is in the world of Instagram and the world of social media, sometimes our social media names or handles or identities, however you want to call it, they kind of reflect a little bit of our real lives or the real way that we see things. So tell us a little bit about how you came up with the name The Unhuman.
Oh God, I didn't. I mean, you make it sound like I put a lot of thought into it. I didn't really.
I thought that. Don't spoil it for me. Go ahead. Keep going. Lie to me.
Like I said, it was my friends that convinced me to create the account because they just wanted me to have an outlet for it. Essentially, that wasn't them. So
that's a good group of friends,
right?
Tell somebody else.
They're awesome. But no, and so I've never been a happy person. I'm a miserable guy. So I don't like humanity. I don't like what people do. I don't like humanity's priorities are jokes. So I just went with that in my name. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get followers or any of that stuff anyway. So I didn't, and I didn't really put that much thought into it really either. It's just I was like, social media, and I just typed it in really. That's kind of really it. Yeah, I know it's a sad story.
No, I mean, we've you and I have had a lot of conversations online, so like I've gotten to know you aside from the name, and it all adds up. It all tracks for me. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you know me, it makes sense. I have a sense of humor about it. That's the important part, right? So.
And out of all the friends that I've met online, you are the most apologetically Canadian person I've ever spoken to.
Yeah, guilty as charged. I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry.
Apologetic.
Don't be sorry. So besides, I know you're a big, from what I've seen on other shows, you're a big McFarlane fan, right?
Yeah, I love
McFarlane. You don't just dabble into the. Yeah, you don't just dabble into the DC stuff, but you also collect. You have some of the older stuff as well, right?
Yeah. A few.
Now going into like McFarlane toys and stuff, like what was your favorite line growing up from McFarlane, like that he made? What was like your favorite line that he made? I can honestly say it was Torture Souls for me. I was always a Torture Souls fan.
Yeah.
Torture Souls, like even to this day, I'm still trying to like collect all the Torture Souls, the 18-inch ones.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of them are really pricey now. So, go ahead. So, what was your like favorite toy like line that he made?
When McFarlane was putting those toys out was just as I was getting out of collecting. So I didn't get really any of those. I got maybe a few. I started out collecting I was like, I think 18 or something when Spawn figures first started showing up. I got like one of the very first limited edition gold edition McFarlane figures was the hamburger head Spawn figure. It was the 50th issue anniversary or something that had just come out, and they put out an action figure of the original Spawn figure, the very first one, and then it had the hamburger face instead of the mask, and I still have it to this day in the package and everything. But I mean, it was shortly after that. It was maybe like the second or third Spawn line really that I got out of it. I think I got like an Edward Scissorhands and the Crow from the movie Maniacs, and then
back when it was actually movie characters that they were putting in, not
yeah,
Ted Lasso.
exactly, yeah. And then it was pretty much a sharp drop from that point. So rent became more important. You know what I mean? So like I just kind of fell out of it. So
That's awesome, man.
I guess if I was to choose a line, I would have to say the movie Maniacs from back of the first line.
I dude, like, and I agree with you 100% because they had. This is a time where, like, at the time, and honestly, were we thinking about articulation during that time?
I was definitely, I always was.
I wasn't. I thought articulation was stuff you did in the bed. I didn't know articulation came with the fucking like toys or anything like that.
I was always concerned with articulation too because I was always a big wrestling fan growing up. So pretty much any figure I bought, they had to be able to step in the ring, basically. Mm-hmm. So if I couldn't get Gold Dust hitting the last curtain call, or if I couldn't get Bret Hart putting him in a sharpshooter, I wasn't interested. So I never got onto the statuesque, no articulation characters or figures until much later in life.
I own a couple of the old McFarlane figures that they have, and this is before like articulate. Well, there were toys out there had articulation, but this is before he was doing more of like statue based figures, right? So I have the 18-inch New Blood Jason that I just got not too long ago, and I have a couple of them, and I'm gonna say like his sculpts were like they were like bold, like even with the Torture Souls, right?
Yeah. Oh,
those things were like banned for a while. They were like banned from like toy stores. Like you imagine walking into Toys R Us and like you go into the aisle and you see like a fucking figure with like freaking stomach coming out and like just blood. Like parents weren't like those were causing a lot of controversy at the time.
Back then that was a problem, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's one thing I will say about McFarlane, that he wasn't afraid to like cross those boundaries where he was making figures like in the movie Maniacs. He was making figures, but he was giving you the gore. Yeah. He was giving you, what I'm saying? And although you couldn't really pose them or anything like that, again, when I was growing up, and that's just me, when I was growing up and I was buying toys, I wasn't thinking about articulation. Like I wasn't thinking about like them fucking things flying. I just flung the fucking thing across the fucking room and it hit and hey, it flies. You know what I'm saying? We weren't thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I do remember the movie. One of the ones that and even still to this day that I want is the Thing monster with the head. It's like a spider. I can't remember the name of it, but that's one that I seen it online one time for like $100 and I almost pulled the plug on it. If I'm not mistaken, First Strike Figs took a photo of it for his Monster Mayas. He took a photo of it. First Strike, if you're in the chat, I don't think he's in the chat, but like if you're watching this on a replay, hit me up and let me know what figure that is, because that thing is phenomenal. It's like one of the Thing monsters and it's dope as hell. But yeah, dude, like Torture Souls was like my shit, and I love that he added like a lot of chain, like right, he added the chain stuff to his figures, right? Like we weren't really getting that from a lot of other figures, like that I remember.
Yeah. No, it's true. And again, it was all actual chain, which was great. Like, I mean, the detail, the paintwork, everything was just so great on those. That's why I didn't mind the lack of articulation, because it was still just beautiful to look at, right? But I still always kind of wanted it. The background of my mind, I was always kind of like, well, I wish that I could pose it in a different way, so I wasn't looking at it the same way every single time. I understand how, the statue collectors out there, the, sideshow collectibles, those kind of things. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but I'd really much rather be able to look at it in a different way more often and way more, and way more options,
Yeah.
So
now Now, as far as like figures, so we know you love McFarlane's. We know you collect them. You've been collecting them for a while. Now, as far as McFarlane, were you collecting his comics? Were you a fan of his like artwork and
Yeah.
comics?
I got into
Okay.
McFarlane when he was working for Marvel when he was doing Spider-Man, and that was my first exposure to comics in general. Was picking up McFarlane's Spider-Man issues. Issue number 1, it's right behind me there.
Nice.
Yeah, still sealed in the bag and everything. But I mean, yeah, I didn't go super out of my way collecting comics. I didn't get super into that, but I was very I was pick and choose. Again, Spawn, X-Men, Spider-Man. Those were the big 3 for me. And I would get some rare issues of just random stuff outside of that. The Infinity Gauntlet, that original series, I still have somewhere around here as well. But yeah, never deep into that. But I do have that a little bit of a collection of those.
Now, going back to music, right? And speaking of figures, right? And McFarlane figures, because I know he did a lot of music ones as well.
Yeah.
Right. If he could make either a band or an artist based on his figures back in the day, which one would it be that he didn't make? Which one would it be?
Like an artist that could exist up till now, or like from back then as well, because that would be a very difficult choice. I would not be able to choose that, probably.
I was hoping you say Prince.
I mean, that again would be maybe the obvious choice. I think you can get statuettes of him anyway, though. I think that already.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I know I believe I can't remember if it's So Toys. It's like a 1/6 scale company. They're making a Prince figure. A 1/6 scale Prince figure. And I've been thinking about getting it and recreating the either the basketball scene in Dave Chappelle's show, nice. or even like posing them and like getting somebody to like 3D print some pancakes.
I was just gonna say,
like,
pancake. That you have to do that.
Yeah, like the pancake bit was awesome, man. Like Chappelle, believe it or not, when Chappelle did that skit, Prince actually enjoyed that skit. Like he like saw it and like he laughed about it, really not like R. Kelly did. And forgive me for all those that are offended by that name, but like R. Kelly, like there was like an episode where like he said that he ran into R. Kelly and he was like, and R. Kelly came and said, "Hey, what the fuck, man? How you gonna make a video about me pissing on people?" And he's like, "Motherfucker, how you gonna make a video about pissing on people?" So it was fucking hilarious, dude. But like I remember him, and it's crazy thing is that Prince was really good at basketball. He was really, really fucking good at basketball. He could really play. There's like videos of him like throwing layups.
I mean, you have a court in your house, you better be good at it, right? That's what I see.
Seriously, right?
So I mean, I don't really subscribe to that, but I can only imagine that. Yeah, if he built the court, he's a big fan, right? So I'm sure he'd be out there a lot. Oh, when he's not doing whatever else.
I'm trying to think of the girl's name, and I don't know. Prince is so awesome that we're even just still stuck on him because he was so phenomenal. What was the girl's name from? I own the Purple Rain movie. I'm trying to think of the girl's name that was in it. She was hot, man. Like I remember, like I don't know. For all those who watched Purple Rain, there was a scene where like she like got undressed and like, and man, I gotta look her up, man. But she was hot, man. Yeah. She was like, ooh. I gotta look her up, man. She was phenomenal. But like that was another fucking movie that like I wasn't like allowed to watch. But it was like to me, it was like Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. It was like here you got Kiss, right? Who are a rock and roll band with powers, and you know they get a lot of women. And here you got Prince, who looks like a female, Welsh purple, and he still gets the women. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
exactly,
and I'm here trying to sag my pants, look like a fucking thug, and it's not working.
You know, even the racist old ladies, they were like, "Oh, I'd hop in bed with Prince."
Seriously. And the dude used to get a bunch of women. Like I know Carmel Electra was one, and there was like a bunch of others. Like the dude was like, he's a legend, man. Like. Oh, he was deeply missed.
He was married to a chick from here. He had a house around here somewhere. Bridal Path.
I'm so jealous.
I'm not sure how close that was to where I am, but it's pretty close.
Well, I mean, Dave Chappelle has a lake house like about 45 minutes from where I live.
Nice.
He's only there like twice a year, but I actually poured concrete like 2 houses down once when I was a lot younger. So he probably don't even own the house anymore. But.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Gone too soon, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have had a moment here where we played a Prince song.
We should have been prepared for that.
We should have been prepared. But Unhuman. So, we touched on toy photography. We touched on music. We touched on your favorite, like Grail, like not Grail figures, but like a figure you would like to see made by McFarlane and the McFarlane stuff. So like, what else? Like again, this is a show that like this is a show to get to know like the people besides just like what we're used to all the time on RG, right? Like the toy community, right? I know sometimes it's really hard to not to get away from toys because that's kind of the thing right now because it's big, but it hasn't really expanded into the point where like it's like, you know what I'm saying? But like, is there like other things besides like like do you do any other like recreational stuff that's not illegal?
Or illegal? We can talk about the illegal shit
We're
too.
good.
I
This
love
is
that.
the worthy direction. We can talk about whatever.
I mean, I just said I grew up on outlaw music, so I mean, I consider myself a bit of an outlaw. So.
There you go. There you go.
I've always been kind of like I'm really into media in general, like movies. I'm a big film fan, a big even television. I like watching commercials for God's sake. I can find the art. Film of any kind always inspires me as well. So I'm big on that. And again, how music fuels that too, and that all fuels my photography because I like looking at the imagery and how So it all blends together. It's just a whole media mesh for me. That's really all I am into. I don't like sports. I don't like people. I don't club. I go to concerts.
I love how you keep coming back to I don't like people.
I don't like people.
And I agree with you. People are generally trash. So
yeah.
If you want a friend, get an animal. I mean, feed an animal. That's all you need.
That's beautiful.
I don't know.
I'm actually glad that you brought up animals and your love for them because we've talked about your hobbies. We talked about your collections and your love of music. And last week we talked about other people's random hobbies and random collections. One thing that I was considering talking about tonight, if you guys are up for it, is some of those weird animals that we see. Out of respect for the unhuman, I thought I would bring up some other unhuman type creatures.
No spiders. I ask. I don't like spiders.
And see if we can get some thoughts on this from our guests, our co-host, and also from the chat. From the first one,
Tony Toybox, thank you for confirming that name for me. Thank you. Now I'm gonna look her up and download
Apollonia. Yes, that's right. Apollonia.
She was hot, man. She died. She passed away also.
Yeah,
she also passed away, man. Yeah. She was hot, man.
Hey, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Some great wet dreams I had with that woman. I had some great wet dreams with her. Oof, she was great.
Ooh, the platypus.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
What do we got here?
Now we're gonna take a look at some other unhuman type creatures throughout the world because every region that you live in or have heard about, there is some sort of unhuman type activity going on. The first one is Point Pleasant. I think that's West Virginia. Yeah. We got
what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is that? Some dude trying to fly? Is that the vulture?
Well, I thought it was the man bat at first. Maybe it was just because I just was messing around with the man bat. But on November 16th of 2016, a man driving along State Route 2 in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, snapped this picture of a winged creature jumping from tree to tree, and they believe that is the Mothman. Now, have you had any Mothman activity going on up there in the blustery cold of Canada?
The fabled Canadas. No Mothman that I've seen. A lot of moths, no Mothmen. I'll keep my eye out. I mean, what was that kid? What was the character's name from The Tick? He was dressed as a moth. Arthur. Maybe.
Yeah. It could be. Now, I'm still not convinced that this isn't somebody throwing around one of those old Mattel Man-Bat figures, just tossing it around their yard because they're like, this is Mattel and it's a piece of shit, so we might as well throw it. But and I love the clever cropping here of they cropped out all the trees, so we don't have no real reference of.
Yeah, there's no point of
big this
you don't know what direction you're looking, really. I mean, up, I suppose, but.
Now, do you have any cryptid type, unexplained animal types living up there in Canada?
I mean, y'all heard about the Sasquatch, I suppose. We don't live near that guy. I'm in the city, right? So my wife is from around there, I suppose. She's from up north of here. Her family, sorry. So they might have seen something like that.
We have one down here in Connecticut. Yeah, we have one down here in Connecticut. We call him Dad. My dad. I think the Mothman is my dad. That's my dad flying, guys. So for anybody that doesn't know, my dad is the Mothman. I said.
Did he hear the child support check was in? He was like, "Gotta go."
My mom flung him out the fucking window, so somebody had a shitty camera.
The Mothman.
Know anybody that might be living in Maryland? That it's in here in this chat or watching on replay. If you might be living in Maryland, you better be prepared to see this guy.
What is this?
This is the wild goat man.
Oh, the goat
man. Several
he
times.
Reportedly a bipedal goat human hybrid that roams Maryland in multiple regions, and he's responsible for mutilated pets and other creepy shenanigans. I would assume, and some people think he's a monster. Some people think he's just like the victim of a experiment got awry in the Maryland Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. Now, I don't know what kind of research they're doing in Maryland, but if it involves a human and a goat creating things, that's usually we're in the wrong territory for that.
This is the new, Unworthy. I am not convinced. I am so convinced this is like the new reveal for Mythic Legions. This is the new obscure figure. This is the new one. The pre-orders are going up live tonight after a Worthy Addiction, guys. Get your pre-order.
I mean, that thing, it doesn't really look too much like a goat. It looks more like somebody wearing a cheap Sasquatch outfit, but reportedly this was taken for serious in Maryland, and they had like the Maryland State Police. So if you're going to commit any crimes, make sure you do them in Maryland, because those cops are pretty easily fooled, I guess.
Apparently, yeah. I was going to say, it looks like it's wearing gloves. Did you see that? I don't know. To me, it looked like it was wearing gloves.
That's West Virginia shit right there.
I mean, this looks like I've heard. As a hunter, I grew up hunting. I still hunt to this day, but I've heard horror stories of guys getting a deer on gun season on like opening day on state land, and they throw the deer. They gut the deer and they throw it up over their shoulders, and they are carrying it out of the woods where there's about 400 other fucking hunters in the woods. And they see the deer walking through and they think, well, goddamn, that's a big deer. And then they shoot the fucking hunter. So this is what that picture reminded me of at first, but it does look like he's wearing gloves.
He does. Like he's wearing one of those big fur coats.
Yeah.
Fucking I don't know. See, something like this, if I was in the woods and I saw something like this, like I would feel like something like somebody like threw something inside my drink, or like I ate something bad. I don't know.
I think you would probably feel that way if you just wound up in the woods, period. Because you're probably like, how are you going to end up in the woods? It's got to be a bad scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think of that. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I don't know how much faith I would put into that particular photo. I would like to see more evidence, please.
Well, if you didn't believe that one and you have a hard time believing it and don't want to put any faith in it, let me tell you about this little small town up in Colorado. And they have been claiming that there has been a half man, half bear, half pig creature lurking around the outskirts of their small community. And it's responsible for a whole lot of unexplained events. And some people think it just was made up by Al Gore.
Now where is this creature from now?
Colorado, supposedly. Either Colorado or Al Gore's imagination.
I think I have a buddy that lives out there. Fat kid. He's pretty cool.
Now, I will say the lighting on this makes it look a little bit like this might be an animated picture. And really the lingo of it, a half man, half bear, half pig, it seems a little bit crazy because that'd be a third, not a half.
His hand is backwards.
So would this be a half bear, half man pig, or half bear pig, half man? Like, you know,
I don't
these
know.
are the questions that we need to know.
And is he wearing that blood, or is that from him?
I think it's
I
the
don't know.
pigskin. You ever had
Anybody in the
cracklins?
chat wants to help us here and tell us what creature that is?
That
I
one,
mean,
that one was
You
a
ever
lot.
seen pork rinds
it
that
looks
has
like
just been cooked
it's like
too
a
long?
really
They
bad
turn
build a
that color.
figure.
That's what they look like. Yeah.
A really bad build a figure. That's what he looks like. Shit.
But we
It's
just
like
thought
when you
that
grab.
out of respect for our guest, the unhuman, we thought we would bring in some other unhuman type creatures and have a little discussions about it.
I was gonna say, like, it looked like, you know, when you put bologna in a frying pan and it bubbles up in the middle, and I think they call it a Mexican bologna hat, and it tastes like bacon when you eat it. You ever done this? Because it looks
I
like
don't know, but I gotta say that I am really down to try a Mexican bologna hat.
the kids love it. You just take a slice of bologna, you put it in the hot frying pan, it'll bubble up in the middle and on the rim, and it looks like a little sombrero. You call it a Mexican bologna hat. You just eat it like it is. It's like a piece of bacon.
And I'm sorry. I mean, and I'm like that. Like impressed. Like I really want to try this now. Say that again.
Something I used to do in high school. It was something I learned way back in high school. Yeah, it's the easiest thing in the world. As long as you have a pack of bologna and an oven, I suppose, you're good.
I mean, Tim McGraw made a song about fried bologna sandwiches with mayo and tomato. So
then he knows what he's talking about.
It's got to be good.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the gooby. Was it the gooby gooby?
The gooey gobbler. Hey, listen! Don't talk about Hey, listen! I'm being serious here. Don't make me pause this broadcast. If you can't get the gooey gobbler right, then don't even fucking talk about it. All right?
I could barely get my fucking life right. How am I gonna get a gooey? I can't even say the fucking thing. Like I can't even get that right.
It's a waffle. You just put 2 Eggos in the toaster, and then when they're done, you just smear peanut butter on both, and then stick a bunch of turkey in the middle. Sandwich them together. It's a gooey gobbler.
Tell me that does not sound sexual.
I would try it. I
mean,
I'm gonna say
that goes good with everything.
If I had turkey in the house, I would try it.
I'm gonna live stream myself making a gooey gobbler.
So then,
just so you guys know how to do it right.
When you're making your Thanksgiving week sandwich, the leftover sandwich, how do you guys do you stack everything together? And the other question is, do you put the cranberry sauce on it or no?
Oh yes. Cranberry sauce is a must.
I do.
All right, that's the right
answer.
answer.
You got to have the cranberry sauce and then a little bit of them fried green beans right on top of that.
Yeah, there you go.
And then the top one.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Sprinkle some mashed potatoes in there. You got to do it.
Thor says it's a woodland pimp. You guys are fucking nuts. Where do you come up with this stuff?
Let me just throw this up here real quick to get the chat knowing what we got going on. Tonight we're giving away this here Razor Ramon Ultimate Edition. Marjorie tried to bully me. She tried to bully me into doing the Chase version. I found them both. I'm not doing it, Marjorie. I'm not afraid of you.
Don't provoke her. God damn it. You know how she is. You know she's gonna call you and she's gonna fucking, I don't know. Just don't provoke.
I know her number now. I just stopped answering.
Did you call the authorities like I told you? Did you call the cops and just kind of tell them that she's been harassing you? Like, listen, it's really hard. I'm like stuck in the middle because I really like you, but I'm really close to her, and you're gonna fuck up my bingo night, dude.
Well, the thing is I did call the cops, and the cops said, "Why are you so afraid of this little old lady?" And I tried to give them your number, but you were busy, so they didn't answer.
Shit.
So if you want to get on this giveaway, hit that use that hashtag in the chat right here. Hashtag HeyYo.
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 And at the end of the show, we'll give this away. Not the Chase version.
This is our way of not just giving something away, but getting more subscribers, guys.
Yes, that's how we get people tuning in. I learned that from Yes Have
Transparency. We need that.
Yes, exactly.
But dude, so I mean, do we have a discussion? Do we have a round table question?
We do. Let me get that going here.
So
we have a question. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so usually for everybody in the chat, we started this last week, and we're gonna, the Unhuman is gonna join us in this question. So usually for every episode, we're gonna have a roundtable question, and we have our email. We're definitely gonna send you guys. We're gonna plug it in on our plugs and all that stuff in the future, but also we're gonna put it on our promotion. When we promote the show, so we're gonna have an email so you guys could shoot us a question that you want to be asked on the show, and we'll talk about it.
And it's important that you email it to us. It's aworthyaddiction@gmail.com. Don't be blowing up our DMs. They're already super busy. I get messages from Rhea Ripley all the time because I post pictures of her figures. Like, I'm just super busy. So just email it to me. It's a lot easier for me. But this week's roundtable question comes from none other than Raven's Eye Studio 21. And it is, if you had only one choice, what would be your theme music or song for every time you left your house?
Jesus, that's an impossible.
That's a good fucking question.
That's an impossible.
Raven, that's a good fucking question, Raven. I like that question.
And we want to hear it from the chat. We want to hear it from our guests. And I guess, Danny, if you want to throw in an answer too.
Yes. If I had a theme song, let me think.
That's a really tough one. That's a really, really difficult question. I like a lot.
Theme song when I'm walking out of the house. And
walking out of
you know what?
So that's like, I'm assuming leaving for work, or is that just going anywhere? Like, there's
I think going anywhere. Maybe not even just from your house. Like, maybe if you're leaving work,
just exiting everything, going through a doorway in general.
Yeah, and it has to be the same. It has to be so. You got to be able to match your mood. The real Bill says hurt.
That's a good question.
Hurt by Johnny Cash. That's a good question. I think I would walk out to Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News.
That's a good choice.
Because every morning, for some apparent reason, especially when the sun's been coming out here, I feel like Marty that day. I feel like I'm about to go back in time, back to the 80s, and every day. But then I go to work and I realize that's not going to happen. Like I'm hoping I run into like an old scientist guy, but like that would be a bad idea if I just ran into somebody like that. But like, yeah, I think my theme song for walking out the house in the morning or anytime would be Huey Lewis and the News, The Power of Love. So when you hear that song on the radio, make sure you think of me. Send me a shout out.
I think my choice would have to be Stop by Jane's Addiction. I think that would be a good one.
Good choice.
Exit the house with, or any building, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
because it starts with "Here We Go," which means, and then it just gets everyone in front of me to stop. And that's not a bad thing. So
I think if I had to choose, I would, going back to July Talk, this is actually not by July Talk, but Peter Germanis did the vocals for it, was the cover of Bad Moon Rising. I can't think of who the hell the name of the band was, but Peter Germanis did the vocals, and they did it on The Morning Ritual. That's the name of the band. The Morning Ritual featuring Peter Germanis, and it was used on all of the Walking Dead promos for when they did the whole governor war going on there. So because I think if people heard that, they would be like, let's just get the fuck out of this guy's way.
Right.
And that's what I want. I want people to just get out of my way.
Right.
Can I say that I could see this? I could see this. Lone Wolf, I could see this. I could see you walking out your house and then the glass shattering as you're holding the purple foam, the pink foam under your arms, and you're ready to make a dial. I can see that. Lone Wolf, I really do see it though. Super Mario Bros.
That's a great choice too. That'd be hilarious to have that every day.
Yeah, if you can, Danny, bring that comment back up from Tony Toy Bikes. Yes, I think I did that wrong. It does have to be H capital and Y capital. So.
Oh man. So like now, well, since we're in that conversation, what would be your second choice? Like, if not your choice, what would be the second one? What would be the second choice of song? Matter of fact, that would be the theme song for the morning. What would be the theme song for you coming back home? What would be the theme song? So you started off strong with your song. What would be the theme song for you returning home?
I'm gonna have to give that one some thought. Somebody else I'll come back.
Probably feel like making love, because that's what I always feel like when I come home.
It's a good choice. Good choice.
I think I would go with go with The Stroke. I think
well, I mean, as a divorced man, that makes sense.
The Stroke would be my song for me returning home, because yeah, that's how I spend my afternoon sometimes.
Ain't no shame in that. I'm a
There's no
married
shame in
man.
that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nothing wrong with it.
It's all about self-care, self-love, self-care. You got to take care of yourself first.
That's good choice.
Self-therapy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's a good.
If you get some really good smelling lotion, it's just, it could be really romantic depending on how you
right. Like
you could set it up nicely. Get some rose petals out.
Hey, put on your favorite movie. Put on Elvira. Or whatever it is that gets you going. Whatever it is, I just threw Elvira out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a really tough one. I don't know if I'm gonna come up with an answer that's as funny as yours, or even.
Bill, I think we gotta keep that personal, Bill. All right. I'm happy for you, Bill. I'm very happy for you.
The hell no, we don't have to keep that to ourselves. Bill, what do you like to watch while you're doing that? Is it Elvira or am I weird?
No. And with my fucking luck, he's like, I love watching Toy Addict walk down the aisles as he's working.
Well, I mean, that ain't bad either.
No, that ain't bad either. I like watching Marjorie play bingo. That's when I get excited. Love watching those.
I cry myself to sleep.
Bad Bunny romantic jams. Oh my goodness, Teletubbies. Wow. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. Well, it's already 10:08. So, any plugs? Unhuman. First of all, thank you for coming on, dude. You're fantastic, dude. You're awesome. And this is what the show's about, dude. We wanted to get you on and just kind of just get to know you, and not just in your toy photography, dude, but just get to know you as a person. And that's what a Worthy Addiction was meant to be, which is the place just to get to know you. And like I always said, and you don't have to disclose your name or anything like that, but speaking for me, like when I'm on this show, I'm not just Toy Addict, I'm Danny. So that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get me. You're gonna get transparent me, and just me just having a good time. So thank you for coming on, dude. And I mean, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, no, I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate being asked. Like I said, I'm not much of a social guy, so I don't really talk much. I'm, as you can tell, very socially inept. So I apologize for being boring. If anything, I'm
not at all, dude.
Series of long, boring stories about short, boring people. So I really just, again, I'm just appreciate being asked to be on. It's been a blast. Enjoyed it.
No, dude, you were definitely a great choice to ask, because again, it's always good to get to know like new, not new, because again, we've chopped it up a couple of times, and you've been on shows and stuff like that, but it's really good sometimes to just get a returning guest and just get to know him and see him and just be comfortable. Like, what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes we go with our IG handles, and and not to speak for us, but sometimes it's like, it's okay to just be you and be a human and make nasty jokes and just be silly, and it's okay. And nobody feels offended. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if you feel offended, this is not the show for you.
Feel offended.
Exactly. Unworthy. Good answer, Unworthy.
If you get easily offended, just don't fucking bother checking in. We don't need your like. We don't need your subscribe. Just get right the fuck back on out of here.
No.
All being offended is just not being able to control your own emotions. You need everyone else around you to do it for you. That's baby talk. No offense. No, I mean, don't.
That's awesome.
That to me. I don't like that at all.
So, I agree. There's too much of that these days. People, the cancel culture. People just, oh man, he said something like this whole Bush Light, Bud Light thing going on, and Kid Rock can go fuck himself. Like, what? Why is everybody so offended about this shit? I'm sorry somebody misled you and told you that your feelings were more important than the rest of everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep.
Yeah, better luck trying to nail Jello to a tree than get me to care or get offended.
Well
Oh
said.
Lord.
Well said.
Yeah, Shane
So-
McMahon broke his leg offended. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. We don't have a Patreon. We'll have to save that issue for a fucking Patreon.
And guys, in the comments, if you want this to go a little more, like, and you guys are okay with it, we can turn the knob just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a little bit right here. We could do that. But and we learned from our good friends in the Hoodcast. Those guys are awesome. So yes. So Unhuman, is there anything coming up? Do you have anything like planned as far as like toy photography, anything like any collabs, maybe you're gonna be on another show? I'm saying, is there anything special happening?
Not really, no. I just see my pants. It all comes to me moment by moment. I'm just here doing it. That's it. I don't have any. I mean, I did the collab today with Unworthy. That was
Great collab too,
one.
guys.
I really enjoyed that one. I always enjoyed working with him.
Great
But
collab.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm always up for doing it. I don't really get asked a lot, so I don't have anything coming up. Left a group today. I don't. No offense to them. I was just wasn't participating. I didn't feel like I was getting too much involved, so I just left. I'm literally moment to moment. Don't plan any of this.
Don't try to plan anything around the Unhuman is what he's
I'm incapable. I'm incapable of doing it. If it's more than 5 minutes ahead, it's not on my radar.
So bring that photo back. That photo was pretty dope. Is that the one you guys did for the collab today?
Yeah, that was the collab we did today.
Dude, bring that photo back, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, like your McFarlane shots and not even just your DC shots are phenomenal. And I love how much you add, you bring a story to your photos, dude. And that's one thing that I can honestly say that you're very consistent in doing. And I love every shot. I know there was like a I can't remember the shot that you did, but there was one that I was like geeking out about. You should have saw me. I had like my shirt off and everything about it. It was weird. It was just like a weird. It was a weird moment.
Now, before you get too flattered, I do want to just say, sidebar note: it doesn't take a whole lot to get Danny to take his shirt off.
No, it's really not.
It really doesn't.
No.
But you should feel honored whether you did nothing or did something. If he takes his shirt off, that means he's a fan.
Now I will tell you. Now I will say this: if you want to get my pants off, get me a NECA horror figure, and you'll get the whole.
Yeah, I did that Michael Myers shot a couple weeks ago, and you should have seen how many pictures. Like my wife had to start deleting them for me. I was like, I can't look anymore. I can't look anymore.
Oh man! So quickly, just tell us what was the inspiration with this photo right here, dude? Because I want to know. It looks great.
The inspiration was Unworthy asked me to do a collab 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, when it comes to my stuff, I get the figure in my hand and I pose it around until I like a pose, and then I kind of build a scene around it. That's kind of how I operate. So it's very, very by the seat of my pants, moment by moment. So there's not a whole lot of forethought. As I was putting it together, okay, how am I going to crop it? I'll crop it this way. Well, then maybe I could put something here to bring a little more attention to this spot. I just sort of eyeball it until I'm satisfied enough to post it or tired enough and have to go to bed. That's really that's my methodology there.
It's
now is that the Gucci Superman that he's punching the shit out of here?
No, that's the Hush, the McFarlane Hush Superman.
What's the
the Angry Eyes one? Okay.
Yeah, Angry Eyed Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't end up down here. Like I don't know. We've had a few conversations. There's been a few McFarlane exclusives that had ended up in the Great North and like just dry. Couldn't find them down this way.
Yeah, and it's the same with you guys too. You guys have been showing off all these like great figures that have come out the last like 3-4 months that I haven't even seen once up here yet. Oh, so yeah, it's a very similar situation. Now my new job actually is in a mall, and there's actually a Toys R Us in that mall. And it's a Toys R Us Express, so it's a small one, but they're apparently expanding into a full-size one upstairs. So my wallet is in trouble. My marriage might be in trouble. My dog will be fine, but the rest is going to be an issue.
The rest, right?
There's one actually. Let me pull this down here while I'm scrolling to find it. I could just zoom it over and show the one on my wall here, but there's one that I want to show off that I was I was very blessed to get a print of
Oh, you're
to
gonna
put
throw
on my
quite a bit.
wall here.
That was back in October. That shot. That
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
while ago.
And it
I'll ask a
remains
question in
to
the
be
chat.
one of my most favorite pictures.
I'd love to ask a question in the chat. Do I post too much? Because I'm at like 800 and some posts, I think now.
No, I could answer
Never
that
do.
question for you. Never. You can never post too much. Your work is great, dude. You can never post too much.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Like
Yeah, your work is appreciated everywhere, dude. Especially on the A-worthy. I said A-worthy. Fuck, man. I'm just fucking up today. I'm slurring my words. I'm just not right.
I remember when I had 2 beers for the first time.
Well, how do you know I had 2 beers?
I've heard you open both of them.
Well,
I got
you
an
didn't
ear
see
for
the
that. I'm
bottle down
automatically
here.
tuned to it.
Oh man.
Oh, I just got
think I'm
that
gonna
the apron for that Mo figure too. It actually just showed up in the mail yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard about this. The Mo Sislak figure from Super.
Yeah.
Supposed to come with an apron, and I guess they didn't put it in the box or whatever, right?
Oh crap.
So I guess you're supposed to email the company. So I did, just believing the rumor. They sent me an apron. It just showed up yesterday.
Wow.
And it does look so much better, I have to admit. I didn't really realize how much of a difference it made.
There it is.
Ah, nice.
Yes, this is one of my most favorite pictures of all time.
Oh, thanks.
And I was fortunate enough I got a print back here. It's on my wall.
Yeah, you
this-
said you liked it, so I wanted to send you that.
I love this picture so much. The focus on Bill's face. Bill, if you're still watching, here you are. You're about to get got here.
You're about to get got.
This is
Oh, yeah.
and all of the little details, the caution tape, the posing on Ghostface definitely just is what drives it. You could tell Bill's scared, but you could tell Ghostface he's damn near to the point of ejaculation. He's so excited about this.
Well, I have to say the background Instaprint diorama, that's who does a lot of the background stuff that I use. I'd say at least 50% of what I do is shot on his backgrounds. He's an amazing guy. Go support his stuff. All you have to do is download files from him. You print out as many as you want. You can build whatever scene you want, as big as you want, cover your entire floor. It's a really, really convenient option, and it's very, very inexpensive for those who are looking for an inexpensive background option. Check out Instaprint_diorama. Yeah, that's what that is. That's the hallway scene.
And can I say that I just love a good shot where you add other figures in it, but like it's just like I don't know, it's something about like it's so clean, like how you got it so focused on Bill, right? And it's just so clean, but it doesn't take away from Ghostface in the background. Like it's blurred out, but it doesn't take too much. You know how you see those shots sometimes where it just kind of it's just blurred, but like it's just you really can't tell the figure. Hi, doggy. Hi, Mojo. but like, dude, like you, it's phenomenal. Like I love to see like photos like this, and like Bill's the best when it comes to like.
I'm so happy I got that. I wasn't gonna get that figure at all, but I had the rest of that Build-A-Figure, and I was like, it's one more part. I might as well, right? So I got him, and that's one of my favorite figures to use for anything now, especially in the horror photography stuff. But yeah, this shot came together pretty easy. I liked how it looked in camera when I set it all up, keeping Scream guy in the background sort of blurred, so it sort of adds that mystery and that sort of scarier element to it. I always looking for lines, directions, move the eye around.
Now you're a whiz with your with the camera and the camera knowledge, and I know maybe this is privileged information, and maybe I shouldn't share this, but you say that you do a lot of your shots now with a phone.
I only ever used a phone. Yeah, I think I've only ever used a camera like twice that I posted.
Wow.
Yeah,
but you're so knowledgeable with the cameras.
Well, it's not. I have a background in photography. I used to work in post production, so color correction, photoshopping. It was all for professional photographers, for like actors and models and professional wedding shots and all that stuff. And so I had a background in that. And when I got into my current career, I had to leave all of that, sort of switch gears entirely. And I've been looking for a way to get back into using that knowledge, and this is where I applied it. Yeah, the iPhone can't. I mean, people like the iPhone camera. Sure, I mean, it's better than some, but it's not a good camera. It takes assy photos. So I go in and I tweak them until I like the way they look. They're all blown out and there's no detail, and I bring that shit in. I do long
You
exposure mostly with it because I use low lights because I have a condition, so I don't like light. And it just comes out looking how it comes out. I like scratchy edges. I like, sort of like the music that I listen to. It's caustic. I like caustic, so that's really the imagery that I go for.
do you do all of your editing on your phone as well?
Yeah, all of it. It's literally I shoot the photo and then I go into the edit feature in the camera, the actual camera thing itself. I do a little bit of tweaking in there, and then I bring it into Photoshop from there, do a little bit more tweaking, color tone correct, all that. Then I'll bring it into PixArt, like the last photo, for example, the one that we did today. Bring it into PixArt, add a couple of effects if I want to. That's pretty much it. It's usually about a 3-hour process from beginning to end. Set up, tear down, all of it.
I do have
That's
a beer
awesome.
sense, beer opening sense. I can hear a beer opening from 2.3 miles away, as a matter of fact. So if you live in that 2.3 mile region and I hear a beer open and I'm dry at home, you can just expect me to be knocking on your door pretty quick.
Oh man.
I'm gonna make up something. I'm gonna be like, I just, was popping in to see how, if you needed your lawn mowed or, I know the lawn mowing champ in '97, extreme lawn mowing.
Sound like Hank Hill talking about the lawns. I don't know if you watched King of the Hill ever. That's a great show.
I used to love that show, man.
Still obsessed with it. I still watch it to this day. I watch the reruns.
The only thing I disagree with is cooking on propane. Hey, man, you got to cook on charcoal. You got to cook on charcoal. I am a charcoal guy. They say you can't taste the meat; you can only taste the heat with charcoal. But I mean, stop using lighter fluid. Just be an adult. Go to Walmart, buy a Burns-O-Matic, and just start your coals off with a Burns-O-Matic torch, and then you don't have to use you don't have to use lighter fluid.
That's fair. I mean, I don't. I live in an apartment. I don't have a barbecue. I have barbecued in the past, though. I've never been particular as to the meat or the heat. Really, I just like to eat it, and that's really about it. As long as there's
you got to have a pretty good sturdy meat diet around these parts. I mean, my wife ain't from where I'm from, so she's the exception. But most of the women around here, they're big meat eaters. So you got to be able to cook the meat.
Propane and the propane accessories.
Exactly. Yes.
What's up, Josh?
So how about you, Danny? You got any plugs you want to throw in here?
Yeah, sure. Oh well, again, Unhuman, you're fucking awesome, dude. And again, as the chat was going, dude, I agree with them 100%. And I said it. You don't keep posting because your stuff is amazing and you're really, really well appreciated in the community. And like I said, all the times that I've had a conversation with you, like through the chat or anything, just you seem like a pretty cool guy. I hope I'm not one of the humans you dislike. I hope I'm like
way harsher than I actually am. I actually am a nice guy. I kind of have to be for my job anyway.
No, absolutely.
But no, I mean, it's just I do keep people at arm's length. I'll be honest. I apologize to anyone out here who's watching or whatever. I do apologize if I've come off as a little bit. I do tend to keep people at arm's length. I'm built that way.
All that apologizing you're doing, you're Canadians showing. We don't do that down here in the lower North America.
That comes along with
it. But yeah, dude, thank you for coming on, dude. Like you're fantastic. And please, when the show's over, please stick around. We would love to chop it up with you a little, okay? Yeah, sure. So as far as plugs, I mean, first off, I mean, as always, thank you everyone that's in the chat. If you have not hit that like and subscribe button, please do so right now. Please show us some love. Show the Unhuman some love because he's an awesome guy. And
hey, go over to Instagram. That's at _un_human.
I think if you type in Unhuman in the search, it'll just be the first one that pops
up. I kind of like the way Unworthy said it. Unworthy, go ahead. Keep going.
No, I don't know. It might be. But I just speaking on that, I was trying to change my name on Instagram from Unworthy Collector to just Unworthy. And somebody has it and they have like 2 posts. It's a private page. And it's like, Their description says humans are trash. Maybe I was thinking maybe it's my buddy Unhuman, but it's not. And I've messaged them about a million times to be like, hey, would you be interested in I'll send you money if you just change your name so that I could put my name as Unworthy. Just Unworthy. Just, nope, no answers.
Maybe it's an old account. Maybe you can just go ahead and I guess you can't just get it from him then, can you?
No, I'd have to file a whole thing, and I'm pretty lazy. Like, I'm not gonna file a thing with Instagram. Like,
I
I'll
didn't
just
want
change it to like Unworthy AF or something. I don't fucking know.
No, I get it because I didn't want the underscores in my name either, but I really didn't have a choice, and I didn't want to have to put numbers or some crap in it, right? So,
yes.
Yeah, dude. As far as plugs is concerned, I don't know. I want to say the first plug I want to plug in is Black and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So for the month of May, I am doing Black and Wednesdays. Black and Wednesdays is back, and this time is back with a blast of blue. So again, for all those who have not, participated in this awesome challenge collab, again, it's no pressure. It's all for fun. You take a black and white shot with any line of figures, and you can post at any time. Just be sure to use a hint of blue or a blast of blue. Be sure to please use the hashtag TA_Black and Wednesdays and tag me in your amazing photos. That's one. Another would be Unworthy. Toy Talk. If you love to see this beautiful face of mine, you know what I'm saying? I'm on every Monday.
How could you not love to see
how could you not, right?
Adorable.
If you here we go.
Marjorie loves you.
Oh
man, that better be the next Christmas card.
It will. It will be. All right. If you guys
last year's was pretty nice, but this one, that better be.
That's it right there. I got you. So yeah. So if you want to see this handsome Toy Rican right here, you could catch me every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, alongside my co-host, also Cox Create, who's in the chat, Toy Father, and No Chewin. Yeah, we're on, and I believe our next guest. Forgive me, I forgot what our next guest is, but
unacceptable.
Go to the Toy Talk. They're gonna fire me. Go to the Toy Talk page. Check the link. We'll promote it, but we're gonna have a guest on, and again, please check us out. It's just it's we talk toys. We talk about everything that brings us. Toys brings us together. So that's a fun show. So come check us out every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, so yes, Yoko McCann. That's what we got on as our guest. Thank you, No Chewing.
Thank you for being professional while this guy is over here. 2 beers and can't remember anything.
Listen, it was not 2 beers. I was drinking when I got to the house. I felt like I needed to get loose. I've had a rough couple of days, so just please bear with me. These are the last 2 beers I had. I've been whatever. Anyways, but listen, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm excited to have Yoko McCann on. So please come join me. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe for Toy Talk, and join us every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes, and every weekend you can go over to the Hoodcast AF. Anywhere you find podcasts, go over to Hoodcast AF. You can get on their Patreon network as well. They've got a Patreon. It's $3 to subscribe. You might as well do it. You get all kinds of bonus content. Like you get a week, either episodes a week early. You also get episodes of So Says the Fallen, Bitching with Bingo, Unworthy AF. When I do them, they put them up on there as well. And you also get a new show with the Pot Dog, High Def AF. So go check out Hoodcast AF. And Danny?
And every Wednesday, you got the Pig Bar. Every Wednesday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Time with your hosts, Blitz Figs, Thor, Green Geek, and AB Photos. Go check them out. It's an awesome show. They feature a lot of new and old toy photographers and just an appreciation show. They have a lot of. Me and Unworthy have had the pleasure of hosting the Pig Bar with our Rowdy brothers, Clintastic 4 and AB, and they have hosts. Again, it's a community-based show, and again, just go check them out. Those guys are awesome, and again, they feature a lot of new and old accounts, and they're great. No, I am not a lightweight. No, I am not a lightweight. Trust
Say,
me, I am not a
you're
lightweight.
looking a little blurry there, fella.
I don't know what's wrong with my fam. I don't know what the hell's going on here. My camera's drunk. That's not me.
While you're over there on YouTube, be sure to go check out The Collector Sector. It's a great show. You know, our good friend Cushy Mama, she hosts that show. You can find out a lot of information from other toy photographers, toy collectors, and it's a great show. Blitzfigs was just on last week, so be sure to go check that out as well.
Mm.
And on Wednesdays, also
On Wednesday, TPC Top 10, hosted by No Chew and Toy Father, and Yimble reviews everything. Go check them out, where they review the top 10 features. And yeah, go show them some love. Again, another feature page. Go check them out. Pretty cool guys. And again, just check them out and you know, go celebrate your fellow peers. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Just going to go celebrate your fellow peers. A lot of people get featured, and you know, so again, go ahead over there, go hit the like and subscribe, go show them some love. So again, every Wednesday at, I believe, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If not, it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, there you go.
And last but certainly not least, I want to show a little love to the non-artistic over on Instagram. He runs a couple pages like the Hidden Figs page. And one thing I want to do real quick is I have a little live unboxing. That's the wrong one. That's not an unboxing. It's an opening. It's an opening. Non-artistic. I'm also wearing a shirt too, by the way. I'm a big fan. He does this awesome shit for the community. These are the Rogue Warriors trading cards, and what he does is he makes out some trading cards of some of the shots and some stuff from the action figure photography community. And I'm going to go ahead and open these real quick so I can show you guys just exactly what you're getting when you go over to non-artistic page and order a set of these. Oh, I got the Chase right away too. The Battinson from the Zillaverse.
Nice.
From Wentzilla.
Nice.
But you also get, you get a deck of cards here. We got Spider-Man here. Let's see if I can read this name. I think it's Dwayne Shoots Tings. You get.
I was trying to solo you out, and I ended up putting myself up there. I wanted
photography. Our good buddy
those
Philip
are so
the
freaking
Fool.
cool, man.
And at the back, they got their logos on them. Nilla Gorilla, Crimson Viper.
Awesome, man.
We got Increment Photography. Commander Green Photography. The Black Eye Photography. I'm having a hard time getting that to zoom in, but hopefully you guys get the point here. League of Extraordinary Sixers.
Nice.
Fig Picks. Good friend of the channel. We got Jedi Jack in the house.
Nice.
Jedi Jack.
Fucking Jedi Jack card. You better be getting a set of these. And Trini Toy Photography. And would you believe it?
Yes.
Unworthy Collector is in the second wave.
Second wave.
He's got 2 waves out now. He's got 2 waves out now. And you can check out his page. Let me bring that up one more time real quick. Head over to Instagram. Check that out. It says right there, Rogue Warriors PayPal, $20. You get wave 2. It comes in they come in a nice sealed deal here. And you can peel the sticker off of the top of the thing so you can get a Rogue Warriors trading card sticker. So go check that dude out.
Cockstray has he wanted to give you an advice here. That card. Frame it, fool.
I might better. It's the only time my shit's gonna end up in a frame, so I might better frame it now.
Well, if you know him that who's making these cards, tell him to talk to him and tell him that to get him to send them here as well. Because I apparently can't order them. I want them.
You know what? I will. This isn't for every Canadian. I just want to foreshadow. Just want to put this. Certain Canadians, though, if I can order them, you're not too far. I could just drive up to the border and just toss them over to you. So we just have a little meetup, you know. Just I stand on one side, you stand on the other, toss it over to you.
Oh my goodness! Not for every Canadian.
Not every Canadian, just certain ones.
Just certain ones.
You already know who you are. If I'm saying certain ones, you already know you're one. Unless you're not.
Well, Unworthy, congratulations for getting your own card, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Well,
I didn't order Wave 1. I'm going to eventually order Wave 1, but I did order Wave 2. Not because all respect to all the photographers, but I really ordered it because the Unworthy card was on it, and I really wanted
you send that to me, I'll sign it for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
I appreciate that.
$25 upcharge, that's it, and I'll send it back to you.
Wait, you're gonna charge me out of all like?
Well, I gotta find a way to make money off this too.
You're gonna go to Canada, you're gonna throw it over, you're gonna charge me. I'm like, close by, dude.
Well, I mean, if I'm driving to Canada and toss it over and you want to autograph, you just got to pay me the gas money to get there. Is all.
I was going to say he's probably going to make me chuck toonies back at him, right?
Yeah, because you guys still have a Toys R Us up there, so I'll be like, oh, you want me to bring you a deck of cards? It's at Toys R Us right now.
And we got family in the chat. Shout out to my little brother George. What's up, George? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Oh man. Yeah. And if everybody don't know, my son is in the chat, my boy. What's up, buddy? Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, go check him out too. Vision Lens, yes.
Yes, he's a brand new toy photographer. He's learning from a lot of the greats, I like to say. So please check him out if you want to give him some tips and some teach him the ways, go right ahead. Don't treat him like my son, treat him like a new photographer. That's it. That's all I ask.
That's right.
Yeah. Deadman says Toy Mercs Takeover, Toy Photographers Collected next week. Yes, go check them out on their page.
Nice.
Yeah.
They do a lot of great
definitely check out Toy Mercs. They do a weekly collab every week with a new theme. I love getting involved on those, so you should too, because if I like it, then it's cool. So you should do it too.
Well said.
On exchange of rate.
Yeah, true.
Hi, Mimi. That's awesome. All right, well,
Unhuman, thank you so much for being on. For not being a people person, you were a hell of a guest. We love having you on. We look forward to having you on again.
I have to say for my wife again, I always do this. Give blood. It's very important. She likes it. I don't know. Yeah. I guess it is a good thing to do. I don't know, but yeah, give blood if you can. And yeah,
are you giving blood for like donating blood, or just like giving it to people who are interested in collecting it?
I'm filling water balloons and just throwing them at people as I walk past.
Well, there you go.
I'm asking other people to do it for the good reasons, as they call it.
It's a good cause. It's a good cause. Go donate blood right now, especially if you got a rare blood type like myself. Yes. Except for mine's not that rare anymore because I had 3 blood transfusions, so mine's pretty fucking muddy blood
now. Oh Lord. Well, listen, before I know we're gonna get into the giveaway pretty soon, but like,
oh yeah, shit, we gotta do that.
As much as you guys know, I am a man of my word. I've always been a man of my word. I stand by what I say, and I know on the first episode there was a request for a photo of myself just with a bow tie and nothing else on. So Pat the Collector, if you're watching the replay, if you're in the chats, if anybody wants to reach out to Pat to let him know that I'm a man of my word and I'm aiming to please. So Unworthy, if you please so kindly
prepare yourselves.
This amazing photo of myself. And please don't be jealous, fellas. This is a photo of myself right now. And this is why back in the days when I was doing the Wepa Club and my stage name was King Banana. So yeah, those were like good times for me. And again, that's when I I had hair. Currently I don't. But like, that was a time when I had beautiful hair, and yeah. So Pat the Collector, if you're in the chat or if you're watching the replay, this is for you, buddy. Much love to you, dude.
This fucking bananas for you, homeboy.
Yeah, bananas for you. And they're all ripe too.
Freshly washed.
And here goes Bill again. I just touched myself. No, I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to HR about your ass. I don't know what's going on with you, dude. This fucking guy. Oh man. So Unworthy. I think we're good to go for the giveaway, right?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's go for it. Let's see.
We got a whole whopping 7 to choose from. You guys, I apologize. I'll stop adding capital letters in there for the next one.
Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Who is it gonna be?
Torionic 17.
Raven's Eye Studios.
Hey, Raven.
Congrats,
all right.
man.
Fancy that. I already got his address. I would tell. This is normally where I would say, hit me up on Instagram, send me a message with your address. But I already got your address, brother. I will be sending this out to you on Monday.
Congrats, Raven.
man.
I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome.
And you win the razor.
No, it's
you
awesome.
win the razor.
That too, the giveaways. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. Anything that
it's a little trick I learned from. It's a little trick I learned from listening to Yes Have Some. They give away something, they get more subscribers. So that's I just got to keep on. That's all I got to think of. Like I'm buying subscribers right now.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
No, but also it's to show our love and our appreciation for the community.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of support from the community. Unhuman from yourself, from the Pick Bar guys, the TPC guys, especially No Chewing, and Toy Art Unlimited. We get a lot of support from these guys. So this is our way of trying to give back.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
And with that, Danny, you got any closing thoughts?
Well,
give us your Jerry Springer closing thoughts.
You want me to take it? Okay, I will. All right, you ready? Here we go. Well, first of all, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you for joining us. I hope you guys had a great time. I'm glad you guys got to see me semi-drunk. And no, I'm not a lightweight. I had other drinks prior to these 2 beers that I had, but I don't need to explain myself to you guys. So
you say that like you're trying to convince yourself more than everybody else.
I think I'm trying to.
Right,
but Unhuman
explain themselves.
Unhuman, thank you so much, dude, for joining us, dude. You were an awesome guest. And please, we're gonna we hope to have you back on in the future and just shoot the shit with you, dude. You're awesome and you're great. Raven's Eye, congratulations on the win today. Thank you again to everybody. If you have not hit the like and subscribe, please do that. So show the show some support. Again, brand new show, just a couple of guys shooting the shit, trying to be silly and just be us. So please do so. And then remember that being normal or the word normal is just a setting on your washing machine. Remember that. Yeah. With that said, Unworthy.
And also, my quote of the day for this is, I told you my drugs would take you places, but I didn't tell you they were places you'd want to go. And with that, the last thing I want to say is good night, beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button.
Click that notification bell
for more content.